What is up, Knights of Vex? We are back for some more Coliseum gameplay. Today, the new Republic character, Zeb, has been released into the game, and we have to come up with a new strategy on how to take out the new Coliseum bosses with the highest possible score so we can get the most currency, so we can get as many Lightspeed tokens as we need, and Relic 10 materials. So today, I want to talk about the strategy that I narrowed down that took me couple hours to figure out. I went through so many refreshes on like 3 or 4 different accounts to figure out the best strategy that I found for my highest score, and I think this is going to work for the majority of the player base, because on my free-to-play account, where I only got one character to 5-star and I kept Zeb at 3-star, I was able to get 70% on tier 4, I believe, which is very, very good. And on my Endgame account, I'm currently ranked 15th in my shard. So what I want to do is go over the team and the strategy. So we're going to head into game right now to talk about it really quick, and as of right now, this is going to be my main account, so I'm current rank 15, and the team comp that I am talking about specifically is going to be this right over here. Beskar, Armor Mandalorian Lead, R5-D4, Zeb, Cara Dune, and Captain Drogon. They get a ton of bonuses from Zeb. As you can see, Cara Dune is considered New Republic, so she's going to be getting the bonuses. Drogon is a New Republic character, as well as R5-D4, a New Republic character. So there's 4 New Republic characters and 2 Scoundrels, which works really well with Beskar Armor Mandalorian's Lead, giving extra stats to Scoundrel allies. So this is very, very helpful. Pretty much going over Zeb's kit. What you want to do is basic. Not really going to land accuracy down. The boss just has way too much tenacity. That's not going to work in the later stages of this run. So the accuracy down doesn't matter. It's more of a damage ability. Never touch the middle. Never want to do this. Provoke is going to hurt you. You're never going to really end up landing it anyway, but if you do, you're in for a very rough time. This is the most important ability. It's practically not doing any damage, but it's giving him taunt and giving your New Republic attacker allies offense up if you're targeting them, so it's very helpful. So you always want to use this on Drogon. It's a very cool ability. And the coolest thing about his unique is that he has built-in evasion in his kit, where he could possibly dodge some attacks from the Jotaz, which is very, very nice. Because as a tank with 35% evasion, that could be kind of annoying. And it's very helpful for the boss here. So I am going to showcase my free-to-play account as well as my endgame account to show you both runs to see what they're like. Practically, my R5-D4 on this account is very high up, so his basics are doing crazy, crazy damage. Zeb, I'm currently being held back by the credits, so once I get to tomorrow with the new dailies, I'll be able to redo the credits and get an even higher score, but I do think that this is going to be your best strategy to get the highest score in Coliseum right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over to the other screen and show you guys exactly the run. So over here is going to be my free-to-play account. Now, on my very, very new account, Vex, I used all my refreshes on my free-to-play account. I shouldn't have done that. I should have tested more on my other accounts first, but I was silly, and I didn't get the strategy down on my free-to-play account. So what I ended up doing is going on my second endgame account, which is technically free-to-play at the moment. It hasn't been in the past, but I do have an R5-D4 at 5-star, but I kept the error level at 36. Zeb was at 35 for this run, so I want to showcase at the bare minimum. I do not think the star count is going to matter that much. I do have level 85 loaned units, so if you have them at level 36, the damage might be, your total score might be down a little bit, but it's still going to be your best team. So, same thing I was talking about before, we're going to play it on 1x speed to show you guys the strategy of what I'm talking about. So, over here it's tier 4, 0%. Going to start with the basic with R5. You want to pass the buff to Bam, because his Whistling Birds want to do a lot of damage. So, Cara Dune doing a lot with her AoE. Over here, do the second special on Drogon. It gives your entire Rebel Fighter team offense up besides Bam. Very helpful. So the basics here, doing quite a bit of damage. Drogon's doing 4% with the offense up. Cara Dune doing 3% on a basic. Zeb doing 1%. Beskar Armor takes a turn. 21% right there, just like that. Very, very nice. Now, Zeb is getting tanked getting hit pretty hard early on, so that's bad RNG for us. You kind of want him to hit other targets. But as you can see, the damage from your Rebel Fighters are really, really high, as well as your BAM. Next up, you want to do the second buff to Cara Dune, because she hits kind of hard as a tank. Really getting a lot of benefits. That's 3% just on a basic, just like that. Keep doing this to Drogon. Keep giving your team offense up. It's very, very vital. Now, over here, another basic. We go from 36%. And that's why I think the star count doesn't really matter here. It's only 1%. So the stars aren't really making a difference. It's really your other characters. So 3% there. Very, very big damage. We end up losing Zeb early. Go for some Whistling Birds. A basic didn't even get a single percent. Drogon gets 1% there. Cara Dune doing 2%. She's doing quite a bit of damage. Whistling Birds brings us up to 53%. Very nice. AoE is 2%. Now over here, I end up doing a damage immunity move because I do not want to lose a character. I get good RNG because he goes for Bam, she's under stealth, so he had no choice. But over here, we're doing pretty good with the score. Getting kind of low. Go to 60%. Go for a Whistling Birds here. And then over here, boom, 62%. Now, what I want to showcase is going to be another run that has a even higher score with 70%. So I'm going to showcase that right now. All right, here we go. The second run, the showcase on the same account. Practically the same. Didn't upgrade anybody. So over here, same strategy. Going to do the offense up on Drogon. Show you guys a little bit of a different RNG run. Now, that's a good RNG. So we got a dodge. That's the evasion on Zeb. So over here, Cara Dune's going to do a basic. We're doing a lot more damage. 7 birds brings us to 23%. Now, I go for another basic here. Didn't get any damage from R5, so not really doing much with him. Basics over here. Another basic from Bam. And as you can see, we're almost at 30% right away. Always pass it to Cara Dune second. She's doing quite a bit of damage. That's 34%. 2% on Kara's basic is very, very nice. Again, always do that to Drogon. Give your team offense up. Basics from Bam, doing good damage with his buff. Another dodge. See that's where the RNG is good on your part. You get the evasion from the unique. Big damage from Cara Dune. Nice basics here. Go for Whistling Birds again. Hopefully I can get up to at least 6 stacks if possible. Go for a basic. Alright, we end up losing R5. That's good RNG on our part. We're at 6 birds. That's 56%. Really good RNG now because I can call multiple people to assist. Big AoE, that's 1%. Go back to Drogon. Actually, I save it because I knew the AoE is going to wipe out my team and he removes buffs. So I didn't want to waste it. Maybe I could have done the taunt, but it wouldn't have mattered. I'd rather have gotten the damage. So again, I go for a basic here. Almost kills Bam. I go for a basic here. Try to remove turn meter. 71%. And he ends up taking another turn. I probably could have got a little bit higher with better RNG. So that is not bad for a 3-star Zeb and a level 36 Zeb as well. So really good strategy, and it put me into the top 100 on my free-to-play account. So what I want to showcase now is going to be my endgame account to showcase what it's like with a level 59 R5, D4, and a level 47 Zeb, I think, 46, 47 it was. So practically the same strategy, just want to showcase it from an endgame perspective, or a whale perspective, because I'm going for the characters for 7-star on my main account to get the new Galactic Legend. But over here, the basics from R5 are doing crazy damage because he's a very high level. So over here, going for the burning, 11% already. Whistling Birds, and that brings us to 16. He's obviously really tanky in this tier. On tier 5, go for a basic over here. Again, just trying to whittle him down. Kara's AoE does 1%. It's all about R5 because he's my highest level character, because his basics do quite a lot in this tier. So again, always do that ability to Drogon. Never do the middle ability with Zeb. It does not do anything besides hurt you. So go for basics with Kara. Didn't get the evasion there from Zeb. Just showing you guys a couple different runs of what it's like. Now, over here I'm debating because he's going to do an AoE. I don't want him to proc the bonus turn. He doesn't end up procking it, so I go for a nice couple more stacks of Whistling Birds. That brings us to 8. We lose Kara. Bad RNG. Go for a basic. Big Whistling Bird attack. That's 45%. Another basic from R5. Now he's going to start to melt my team. But over here, now that Drogon's gone, we're not going to get those offensive buffs. So big basic from R5. And you're going to see the rest of my team's going to start to go down. At one point, once I lose Bam, I throw it on auto basic because I don't want him to do the other move because he's practically the big damage dealer. So that's... every basic is like at least 2%, which is really, really nice. I think it gets me to 70% in this run. So if you guys over-leveled your R5, it seems to be better than Zeb. I think he does more damage at the moment. I could be wrong about that, but 69% Weehoo and got to 71. Do I get to... All right, I get to 74. Or do I get higher? 75. 77. That's the score. Very, very nice. So that's going to be the run on my Endgame account. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be even higher. So, again, I've been going at this for about 2 hours now, trying to come up with a strategy for very early game players and to see what was going to be the best score. Out of every single combination that I ran, this was the highest score. The next highest was going to be 53% on my free-to-play account. The one that I just showed got me to 70%. So, hopefully this video helped you guys. If you guys have a better strategy that I could not figure out, let me know in the comments down below. But for me, this worked the best for me. Hopefully I maintain top 100 of my shard on my free-to-play and hopefully top 30 in my main account so I can get even more Relic 10 materials, even though I don't really need them that much. But again, hopefully this helped you. If it did, leave a like, comment down below, share it with your guilds, and the most important, subscribe to the channel for more content to support your boy Vex. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the force be with you all. Peace.